Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to AIRIS. So this time we are going to be going on Lyle's route.
Yeah, alien, wake up.
Okay, we could skip all this shit, because we don't care. Lyle's so precious. We are going to compromise and ask only a couple of trusted guildmates. This is just Lyle's path to start, so we're gonna do this. My stomach churns in anxiety and I pluck at a stray thread on my sleeves, deep in thought. I can't say Lyle is wrong, but I need to know what's happening to me. The memory of Teddy's fearful voice, I need to know. Perhaps we can come to a compromise, Lyle? I'll try to handle this as subtly as possible and draw as little attention as I can. In fact, I'll only try and raise some questions to a few people in the guild that we both know and trust. Maybe Evra or Ridri. You know they aren't the gossiping type. They wouldn't breathe a word of this to anyone if we asked them not to. Aelia, what if someone finds out? Or they accidentally let it slip that we have hours every couple days where we cannot account for our behavior because we can't even remember what happened. You know, it's likely they won't know anything more than we do. Do you really think it's worth this risk? Yes. Yeah, we can. Lyle, I'm trying to come to a compromise because I respect and share your concerns. I know what you fear, but Lyle, even if there is no one else suffering from the same blackouts, which I highly doubt is the case anyway, don't you think we have a duty to warn the others? We have sworn to protect the country and protect the people of AIRIS. This is a new sort of sickness. We cannot keep this to ourselves. Lyle still doesn't speak, but their face betrays a desire to speak, to disagree with me further, perhaps. Eventually, Lyle exhales loudly and spreads their hands in front of them with a shrug. Well, I don't really have a choice. I can't stop you anyway. You better not budge as soon as it involves protecting other... You'd never budge as soon as it involves protecting other people. Relieved that I don't have to argue with my best friend anymore, I flashed Lyle an impish grin. I just take my job seriously. Instead of cracking a rueful smile like I expected them to, Lyle only shrugs and sighs yet again. This time I'm certain that Lyle is avoiding my eyes on purpose. Disconcerted by Lyle's strange demeanor, I turned and... skip this. Damn it! Lyle is going to be really upset when they hear about how I've messed up, especially after I promised to try and avoid drawing attention to us too. And in the end, I didn't even learn anything useful at all. I wish I could have asked around more, but I told Lyle I'd only talked to a few friends about it. With a heavy sigh, I downed my beer in one gulp and slammed the empty glass back onto the table, pushing myself to my feet. Troubled? It's a Kylan! Kylan, I have to get over you, boy! I love you, but goddamn, boy! Leave while I still can! Aw. No, this is a very suspicious situation. As much as I want to find an answer to my problems, I'm not going to take any more risks. I've already messed up enough for one day. I really have no idea what you're talking about. Perhaps you have me mistaken for someone else. I must leave now. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye. Wait! Shrugging off his hand on my arm, I make a beeline for the exit. Thankfully, when I turn my head back to peek over my shoulder, I see that Kylan has decided not to give chase, merely staring after me with a confused frown. Aw, now that makes me sad. We're gonna skip all this because I don't care! I don't care! How should I respond to Kylan's remark? I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. Interesting. The way Kylan is peering at me with those piercing eyes makes me feel uneasy. I almost fear that he could read my mind, even though I know it's impossible. Not even Lyle with their advanced magic could do that. Very well. then I'll help. But first, you'll have to tell me everything you can about your problem. Your symptoms, when it began, what you think triggered it, everything you can think of. Remembering Lyle's warning, I can't help but hesitate. As though sensing my train of thoughts, Kylan clucks his tongue. If you want me to help, you have to trust me. Trust him? Easier said than done. Can't you just give me your potion? You said you have one that might work, right? I don't have it anymore. But before you slap me for deceiving you and run off in anger, I should mention that I have written down how to make the potion, so I can recreate it. As long as I have the ingredients, which I don't. So I'll need to go to the Mines of Mischief to grab the ingredients I need for the mixture. Yeah, we already know. The three love interests, guys. We're all together, like a big ol' happy family. Look! Lyle! He's a big ol'... Or... It's a... They is a... They... Okay. 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 Don't get mad at me. I'm assuming Lyle's gender. I think Lyle is a man. A very feminine man, but a man. That is just what I think. And also, that one typo where some time ago where it said Lyle, he, used he pronouns for Lyle. I've only saw Lyle as a man. And the name Lyle just sounds like a masculine name to me. Don't get me wrong. Lyle looks very feminine, but and I respect they them pronouns. Don't get me wrong. But biologically, Lyle looks like a man to me. A very feminine man, but a man. But anyways, we're not talking about that. Maybe Lyle's right. There's no point in thinking about the past. The past is the past. Even if I wanted to, I could never go back to my village. There's nothing left for me to return to. Yes, of course. Silence falls over us, and I duck my head, taking another bite from my sandwich. What kind of sandwich, though? We really don't care. I guess the point of Lyle's features is to look androgynous. That's the word, right? Androgynous. Right? Is that... Am I using that term right? Is it androgynous? Well, duh, we're gonna look for Lyle first. And this is where we will save, make our first save file. I'm actually going to... I want to save it in a different place. I'm gonna save it right here. Yes. I'm gonna save it right here. I'm gonna return. So yeah, this is the start of Lyle's path. Okay. Kylan probably didn't come at all. His earlier frenzied searching through his scrolls merely a guise to provide a convenient excuse for him to avoid this battle. Ever should be in good hands with so many healers around to tend to the injured. Lyle, on the other hand. I sweep my gaze around the area, but there's no sign of Lyle at all. Lyle would definitely be on the front lines if they were part of the fight. Where could they be? Lyle will be fine, won't they? They are a powerful mage. I know they can more. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I know they can more than take care of themselves. That's why I mean, to be honest, I hate using they them pronouns. Not because I hate, non-binary people or anything. Although I don't necessarily believe that there is that non-binary is a gender. I'm not gonna be disrespectful to people though. Like, that's not me. I may not agree, I may not believe, but I won't pick a fight unless you start picking a fight with me, then I'll fight back. But it just sounds weird. Themself. That sounds so weird. It should be themselves. I'm sorry. That's just why I hate they them pronouns, because in use of a single person. Because themself, that sounds so incorrect. It just sounds so incorrect. I mean, I know it's one person, but it sounds so incorrect because they implies multiple people, not one. And I guess when you're like referring to one person and you don't want to mention their gender because you want to keep it a surprise or something, you don't want to, you know, whatever. I think it sounds better to say themselves, not themself. Themself sounds stupid. I'm not talking about the them part. I'm talking about the self part because it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. It looks nice, but it doesn't fit when you say it out loud. It doesn't feel right, you know? I don't know. I'm not here to pick fights. I'm not here to debate anybody. I'm just saying it just sounds weird to me. But that's just me. I'm just one person. And I don't want to start fights with anybody. I don't want to argue with anybody. Well, maybe an argument. I would like a discussion, not an argument. I would not like hate. I would like an actual discussion instead of, you know, people insulting me. But hey, my channel's very small, so there's not a chance that people will see this. Again, I'm not trying to attack non-binary people. It just sounds weird to me when you say it out loud. I'm sure Lyle will be fine without me by their side watching their back. Right? My stomach starts to churn and worry, and I stumble forward, hoping to go in search of Lyle to see for myself that Lyle is unhurt. Hey, you! What did I say about not moving? Your legs are wobbling. Sit back down before you fall and injure yourself further. I try to brush him off, but in my weakened state, and I'm unable to extricate myself from his surprisingly strong grasp. No, I need to find someone. Whoever it is can't be in worse shape than you. You need to rest. I try to protest, but the healer holds his hand out towards me, mumbling a few words under his breath. Almost instantly, I can feel a wave of sleepiness overcome me. I can barely manage a few strings of curses in his direction, making him chuckle before I once again collapse to the ground. Ah! Darkness envelops me, and I have no choice but to succumb to it. I sink down onto my couch, nibbling my lip, and my palm flies to my forehead instinctively as I vainly attempt to ease an oncoming migraine.
Finally home, mother of precious bear souls, Ailey. I never thought you'd give up. Look outside the window. It's almost dawn, and I swear to the heavens that we left when the sky was red, too. Not only today, but also yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that, and the...
Yes, Teddy, I know.
I'm so tired. Please tell me we're not going on some stupid wild goose chase ever again, especially not for someone as boring as Lyle.
Come on, Teddy, I'm just worried.
If they wanted you to worry about them, they'd have shown up by now. Or at least left some sort of clue as to their whereabouts. Or, you know, they could have gone the dramatic route and pretended to be bedridden or something, but they're not.
But what if they can't? What if they're grievously injured?
Then you'd have found their incapacitated body in the eternity you've been scouring the streets and dungeons for them. Or they'd have been,
These are some awfully big words for a little bear cub to be using. Fuck.
or they'd have been found by another adventurer or vassal, and their body would have been given to the guild to either heal or bury in mourning. They're fine, Aelia.
Oh! That was a yawn.
The monsters were driven out quickly enough that they weren't able to, devour any corpses or anything.
I nod reluctantly, but the knot of dread in me only grows. God, Teddy is using has a large vocabulary. God damn. It's been days, almost weeks, since the incident, yet neither Lyle nor Kylan have reappeared. And I'm not exactly distraught about Kylan's disappearance, although I do hope he's safe. We barely know each other after all, and he has no reason to just show up just to reassure me that he's alright. Lyle, though, where are they? Not even any of the probably hundreds of guildmates I've asked have any idea where they are. Not that my guildies awareness even matters. How could any of them know anything about them that I don't? For almost as long as I've been a vassal, Lyle and I have been inseparable, and we've barely ever gone 2 days without being glued to each other's backs. That they'd go missing for a long period of time itself is unthinkable, and the fact that their disappearance came immediately after a serious attack. Can I be blamed for worrying so much? Trying to lighten the atmosphere, I give Teddy a little nudge on her shoulder before teasing her. I told you multiple times that you didn't need to tag along in my search, you know? Teddy flushes as red as a beet, and I can't help but wonder, since when can bears even blush, whatever.
It's better to be tired than bored, doing nothing while cooped up inside this lame home. Anyway, Lyle is stupid. Stupid, Lyle! They deserve to be bonked on the head 1,000,000 times by yours truly for making everyone worry when they're not even in danger.
Despite my fears, I managed a light smile. Oh my god, Teddy, stop calling Lyle a baka!
She's like, yeah, baka! Yeah, Lyle's a stupid, you little fucking baka! Blah, 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 blah.
Tsundere bear. Teddy the tsundere bear. Everyone? Does everyone include you?
Everyone else. Duh, I'm an exception, as always.
Is that so? Really though, if you're tired, you don't need to keep tagging along. I don't want you dying from exhaustion for worries that are probably as silly as you say.
Maybe, maybe not. That's for me to think about some more.
Teddy glances up at me with a worried expression, reaching up with her paws to rub her snout.
Are you really going to keep looking for them, though? This is getting ridiculous, Aelia. You're not going to find them. You don't even have anywhere else to look within a 50-mile radius of the city.
Well, 50 miles is quite an exception. There's always more places to look, in any case.
Please, don't lie to someone who's been with you the whole time. You've looked at every nook and cranny of the tavern at least 20 times. Same for the guild hall, their home, different medics' homes.
Okay, maybe you're right. But it doesn't feel right to just stand aside and do nothing while they're gone.
Aelia, I think you should focus on quests or something for a little while. Make bank. Then you'll be able to hire people from 100 different towns to scrutinize places you don't even have access to, instead of looking in the same 5 places over and over again and hoping something will have magically changed. Money makes the world go round, not poorly aimed determination.
I guess. Man, Teddy, she just slapping on that wisdom, though. Taking a slow, deep breath, I mull over Teddy's words. Is there really no point to looking any longer? Is Lyle even alright? For this one... I have to keep looking for them. I have to keep looking for them. And then I'm going to save it right here so I remember that this is where I'm saving for the first ending. Then I shake my head. You're probably right, Teddy. They're probably perfectly fine. Teddy preens. relieved by my acknowledgement. Even so, I have to keep looking for them.
Huh? That's ridiculous! You agreed with me only 2 seconds ago!
Yeah, but I only barely managed to stop myself from saying, but they're my friend, but they're important to me, but they do it the same for me. Teddy would only half roll her eyes and argue with me some more in an attempt to change my mind if I actually said those things out loud. And even I have to admit that they're questionable reasons. I can't even say that third statement for sure, although I'd like to think that it's true. No matter how much I think, I can't think up any excuse that sounds even remotely plausible. After a beat of silence, I decide to simply make a joke out of it, lighten the situation again. It's always possible they got bonked on the head by something or someone other than a certain pompous teddy bear, right? Maybe they have amnesia or something now. We have to find them and lead them back home, Teddy. Think about how scared they must be, all lost in the woods without even the knowledge of their name. Teddy huffs, but her head fills slightly with humor rather than exasperation.
Sure.
Well now, I suppose it's time for us to go to bed.
It's a bit late for you to be saying that, don't you think?
Do you want to pull an all-nighter and look for Lyle some more then? Teddy makes a show out of sinking into the couch, leaning her head back and making obnoxious snoring noises. I flick her on the forehead before pushing myself up to start heading into my room. Look at those teeth, though. God damn. But my surroundings blur and fade, and I collapse right back down. As everything goes black, I think, well, I guess it can't be helped. I've been running on less than 3 hours of sleep for the past week or so. Oh, but is that really the reason? Slowly, I drift back into consciousness after the long-deserved period of rest. Before I can even see my surroundings, however, I smell the distinct sense of liquor and beer mingling in the air rather than the familiar linen sense of home. My eyes flutter open. The first thing I notice is that I'm in the tavern. Why? How? Since when? Then, as I turn my head from left to right, baffled by the change in surroundings, I see an all too familiar face, their brows furrowed in what I can only assume is worry. I almost want to say they look fearful, but fearful of what? Lyle? That's me. What's wrong, Alia? You spaced out for a minute there. I nearly let an endless, incoherent torrent of words flood out of my lips. I only barely managed to rein myself in, taking deep breaths to calm myself down, temporarily leaving a million words unsaid. I shoot Lyle the most menacing glare I can muster. They lift up their arms, palms facing forward. Alia, I don't remember coming here. Why am I here? When did I meet you? It can have been another blackout. Not again. I hate this. I hate not knowing where I've been, what I've done, who I've been talking to. Lyle's breath hitches, but they quickly shake their head and smile. They reach out beneath the table to take my hand and squeeze it to reassure me. Not this time, Alia. You don't have to worry. Their voice is even softer, milder than it usually is, and I exhale a breath I didn't know I'd been holding. What do you mean? You just woke up. You've been out the whole time, but that's because you fell asleep, not because you blacked out. What? How am I here then, if I didn't black out? I'm not sure about the details, but someone found you after you fainted, and he brought you here himself. He then sent me a message to the guild to come fetch you. Bless his ever-loving heart, though. Why did he bring you to the tavern of all places? They sigh. Well, I'm sure that was the result of careful thought. It's not his fault he failed to consider the potential dangers of bringing an unconscious girl here. Relief almost floods me, and I almost chuckle at Lyle's characteristic remarks before I realize just how illogical their story is. No, that can't be right. If I fainted in my own home. What was some stranger doing there? And why didn't he just leave me there? Just nothing. What? That's impossible. Are you sure? I wonder what to make out of the beat of silence that lingered before they spoke. Was it just a mark of shock at my reveal or something else? Perhaps I'm just overthinking things. I am still tired. Of course I'm sure, Lyle. I think I remember exactly what I was doing when I fainted. Oh. Realization strikes me, and from the way Lao's expression shifts, they are thinking the same thing. Do you think I... Did I have a blackout after all, only to have faint somewhere outside? Yes, I suppose that's likely. But I almost felt different this time. It almost felt different this time. Like I was collapsing because of sleep deprivation rather than because of whatever it is that causes the blackouts. Maybe my fatigue clouded my senses is all. It's true that being tired can make fools out of the best of us, so I understand. Lal hesitates before managing a small smile and teasing me as if to reassure me via a distraction. Well, now that you're awake, how do you feel about buying a few drinks? You know the answer to that question as well as I do. I'd never turn down an opportunity to drink. No, probably not. It felt polite to ask. The cheapest beer for the two of us? Or are you feeling fancy? Depends. Are we splitting the check, or are you paying for me? Lal scoffs at my words. Buy your own drink, you miser. Miser. I'm sure you have more money than I do, given that you take on quests non-stop. Please, as if you don't accompany me as exactly 99% of the time. That rate is oddly specific and yet depressingly incorrect. Oh, depressingly? Why's that? Because it's completely off. And because I wish I got to accompany you that often. Aww! Lyle! You sweet pea! You sweet pea! Oh, bubble, I could just pinch your cheeks, you cute little face guy, lady, man, jigger. Then quit disappearing on me and appear at my every beck and call. It's easy. Ha! I'll try my best. Don't just try your best, Lyle. Succeeding is the important bit. Lyle feigns a huff and rolls their eyes. Anyway, I never said I wouldn't pay my share. It's just that if you were paying for me, I'd ordered something a little more expensive. Excuse me. Come on, I deserve it. My voice grows deeper, more serious without my intending it, and Lyle grows tense as I speak. You've been gone for so long, and I hadn't even known you were alive until mere moments ago. How could you disappear on me like that? Why did you never tell me you were okay? I gesture haphazardly towards them. You're clearly in tip-top shape, and it doesn't look like you were ever hurt enough to merit the complete and utter lack of contact. Alia. I don't want you saying my name and then trailing off, never to speak again for the rest of the day. I want answers. I deserve answers. I feel embarrassed saying this, and I feel sad I even have to say this, but I thought we were closer than that. I don't know. I thought I'd have been one of the first people you contacted to reassure, to give your whereabouts. I guess I was wrong. Ailey, I'm sorry. Again, I'd prefer an explanation to anything else you could come up with. You don't know how worried I was. No, but I can guess. I'd have been terrified if our roles had been reversed, I think. I really should give you an explanation, but what about we get drinks first? Is now really the best time for you to talk about getting alcohol? Lau manages a weak, guilty grin. Times of misery are the best times for inebriation. If you disagree, you don't know what you're talking about. Come on, let's go to the counter. How do unlimited beer refills and a bloody dragon sound? On me, of course. Fine. But as soon as we get there, you're telling me exactly what you've been up to the past week and a half and why you've been unable to contact me. I'll try my best. I nod and we rush to the counter. We get the drinks and almost immediately after we order them, and from the glint... Oops. I tapped my drawing pen on my bookshelf that's above my desk. And from the glint in the bartender's eyes, he was probably eavesdropping on us back when we were still sitting down at the table. It's a good thing you guys can't see me, and I don't have face cam or anything, because I just gesticulate when I talk. And actually, when it comes to reading something correctly out loud, it actually does help me to move my hands around and move a bit when I'm talking and reading, because I don't know, it helps me focus more. It helps me get more dramatic or something. I don't know. I just found it weird, but yeah, I gesticulate a lot. And again, not again. I just want to clarify, gesticulating, it sounds disgusting. I know it sounds like, I don't know what that is, but it's just talking with hands. That's basically what it means. It's gesticulating is when you talk with your hands a lot. Like, you move your hands around when you talk. You make gestures and stuff. That's basically what it means. Then again, he'd probably been eavesdropping on everyone. Not like he has much else to do when he's not serving drinks, and even when he does, I'm sure it's not hard for him to keep his ears open. Well? Lyle hesitates. They drain the whole contents of one jug, then gulp down another, and another, and another. They break into a hacking cough to disguise a belch. Pfft. Seriously? Raising my brows, I swallow my own drink before reaching for a jug of beer myself. Maybe I needed the extra courage. Courage? What courage could you possibly need? I'm asking for the story of a week of adventures and danger, not your life secrets. It's all the same. What does that even mean? Well, the thing is, remember how I rushed away during the attack? How could I not? It was because of a long-term quest that I've been bound to for a while. It kind of has to do with protecting a bunch of people, but it's complicated. You have? How have I not known about this until now? I've sworn an oath to secrecy, so I can't say much about it. Well, if it wasn't one of those magical binding oaths, I swear I wouldn't have told anyone if you'd confided in me. It was after a fashion. I'm able to utter the relevant words, but nobody unrelated to the job will understand what I'm saying. Even if I told you about it, you'd think I were speaking about the weather or anything otherwise so mundane. What? Really? I thought you had to be incredibly skilled at magic to cast a binding oath of secrecy in the first place, and I've never even heard of a variation like the one you're describing. Yeah, well, say what you want about my boss, but he's incredibly connected and powerful. I frowned, wondering who their boss could be. I don't regret. I have a speech impediment now. Regret. I can't say my hours. I don't regret taking on the quest. I think it's important and I pride myself on it. But I can't deny that I'm not proud of some of the things I must do as a result of the oath I've sworn for it. I tooted at the trouble they're beginning to have pronouncing all the words. Someone's getting drunk. I laughed some more at my own laugh, then I realized I might not be too far behind. No matter. I request a shot of some expensive liquor and chug it down as soon as I receive it, listening to Lyle speak and continuously stutter more and more words as all the while. In any case, since I had to go to my boss anyway to protect him from the monsters, I wanted to make some inquiries about the blackouts and the attacks and see if my boss knew anything about it. He wasn't completely sure about the causes behind anything, but there were a few potential solutions that he wanted to try out using me as a guinea pig. I haven't been myself much until only yesterday. His methods and drugs were certainly potent, although not all successful. Besides, he wouldn't have liked my trying to contact anyone who wasn't involved, even if I had the mental capacity to do so. I think it's justified that I never contacted you during the last week or so, but I should have let you know the gist of what I was up to beforehand, so that you wouldn't have been caught off guard when I inevitably disappeared for a while. Truly, I'm sorry I didn't. forgive me? I promise I won't worry you again. Remember, I'm paying for that overpriced vodka of yours. Yes, I noticed. If the extra incentive helps you let me off is easy. Their promise sounds like a baby's babble, a pale imitation of even of a promise, and I grin. I don't know. I try to keep a straight face to lecture them, but everything's hazy and pretty from drinking so much, and I failed miserably. What you're doing with the quest sounds dangerous and stupid. You should quit. I can't. I have too much at stake. Like what? Like my integrity, okay? My pride in life and everything in between. I shook my head and tut. You shouldn't worry about. You shouldn't. Shh! Fuck! Shit! Fuck! My voice is gonna die from whispering this month. You shouldn't worry so much about me. Huh? I heard that. Really, Alia? Or, that is, I thought you could hear words spoken out loud, but I wasn't sure. Excuse you. I'm excused. I'm excused. I love this banter. It's wonderful. But really, though, think about it. Think about what? What if the quest is dangerous? What if something bad happens to me? That's no big deal at all. Death is almost a relief if you think about all the calamities the living must endure. Damn, Lyle, you're getting all depressing. God, do I need a... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Oh, what the... I don't know why, but I just got a surge of weird, deafening, ringing pain in my ear shooting through my right ear into my head. I don't know how to describe it, but that's what it felt like. Oh my god, now my ears, like... It's like... It was like ringing so loud in my right ear. What the fuck was that? And I still feel it. It feels weird. My ear feels weird. I'm sorry. You can't see me, but fuck that. What the hell was that? Am I getting an earache? Am I getting sick again? What the hell? Hopefully I don't get an earache, because that will mean I will lose my balance and I won't be able to go to school tomorrow. Because one time I remember waking up and I had an earache, and I remember almost completely falling over because I was so disoriented, and oh my god, it's ringing again. Like it doesn't ring like there's a sound. It's like throbbing. Oh god, what the fuck happened to my ear? What the fuck? Sorry, I'm swearing too much. I am the opposite of a family-friendly channel. But fuck, God, what the hell? I hope I'm not getting an ear infection or something. Like, fuck, that would suck. I had one before and I couldn't go to school because I was disoriented. I tilt my head and frown. Something about their words sounds so horribly wrong, although I can't pinpoint why. But they are speaking with a laugh in their voice and a glint in their drunken, wavering eyes. Lyle is clearly only kidding around, right? You should at least die for a good reason. Don't even joke about something like that. If you die, I'll kill you! Oh my god, that reminds me of, like, the poorly translated, like, anime subtitles where it's like, but people die when they are killed, or like... Even dying won't kill me, or some stupid shit like that. It's like, if they're dead, if they're alive, kill them to death, or like, yeah. It's that stupid shit that makes me laugh. But we're supposed to say, don't even joke about something like that. My bad. Don't worry about it, though. It's not like I'm serious. Yeah, I know. You're only kidding. but that's such a horrible thing to say, even as a joke. You're my best friend, Lyle. You're important to me. I don't want you thinking of death as some relief from a torturous life. As your friend, I dare say I should be one of the many reprieves you have from a potentially torturous life. I feel like I should put the suicide hotline in my description. Lyle, you're making me want to warn people. If you die for the sake of some ridiculous little quest, I'm going to hunt you down after I die myself, okay? And you're going to have a really miserable afterlife. I want you to live as long as you physically can, and if you want to make morbid jokes, I think you should make morbid jokes about anyone and everyone but yourself. Am I making sense? In an extremely roundabout sort of way? Very much so. Okay, good, because I'm not making any bit of sense to myself, but all of my words are very true and heartfelt. It's a huge deal to me if you die. No, it's a huge deal to me if you even get a paper cut. I mean, a paper cut really isn't something to fret over. No! That's the type of thinking that gets you killed. Alia? Their eyes widen, and it's clear they've had a revelation from their expression. I think you're very drunk. Nobody ever said a revelation had to be good. And I think you are too. The rest of the day passes by in a drunken blur. My memory and focus fades and fades as we drink more and more, but I almost enjoy the feeling. If the blackouts are like having my memories stolen from me, having chunks of my life ripped from me against my will or knowledge, drinking feels voluntary and controlled, as do the resulting drunken revelries and blurriness by occasion. Association, right? Did I say association? Did I say occasion? What the fuck did I say? Okay, now I'm getting drunk from this game, because I don't even remember what I just said. Fuck. I never before thought it'd feel like a relief, but it does. Fuck. Now this game's got me messed up. The carriage finally skids to a stop. I hop out with Lyle and Teddy, my eyes darting from side to side. Is that a swing set in the background? What kind of a fantasy land has swings? Well, never mind. Actually, no, that kind of makes sense. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this episode here. It's off to a great start. Actually, I quite enjoy this. It's very interesting. I'm interested to know what the fuck Lyle is hiding from us. Hopefully Lyle is someone from AIRIS and not someone from Earth, because that would be even more interesting. But I won't have anything against that. If they are from Earth. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this episode of AIRIS, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, oh shit, what this meant, die safely. Bye-bye!